Farmers in the southern tablelands are beginning to assess the damage caused by last month's flooding. In the town of Crookwell, 90 minutes south of Canberra, potato farmers such as Matthew Gay estimate that their crops have sustained up to $3 million worth of damage.
Just completely rotted away to nothing. I started growing seed in 1980. There was 26 certified seed growers, and in year 2012 there is now 5.
Sheep and cattle on Matthew's 750-acre property will make up for the estimated 50% loss in the potato crop this year.
Yeah, if we didn't have the sheep and the cattle to help us through, we would be in dire straits. I feel I'd say I'd be out looking for work, because the potatoes are 60% of our income. So half that, which is 30%, that's a severe debt in our income and profit for the year.
Yeah, the percentage of state that's been affected by the flooding is probably in the order of 70 to 80%.
Where the drought was, we had certain control because we could add the water to our crops, but in the flood situation we had no control over it. With our own crop, it's a 50% loss, we think, at this stage. We actually haven't started harvesting, but we're estimating 50% loss, and it could be 10% either side of that.
The drought of the past decade and the recent severe flooding are expected to have an impact on whether or not the next generation will stay on the land.
And hard to say whether ours will do it or not. Like, they're all away working, doing other things, but they might come back.
They're sitting on the sideline watching us.
Yeah.
So they're probably thinking, why would you put yourself through it?
There are issues with the potato growers down there in terms of the seed potato production and the effects this has in terms of the oncoming seasons and the development that they've actually put into those seed potatoes as well. Means that it's not just a one-off crop in the ground, but there's a whole lot of time lags that are associated with that will be associated with this event as well.
Yeah, well, one grower by the name of Gary Cabell specialises in a variety called Marenka. And because it can only be sourced out of Crookwell, it has a very severe knock-on effect to the forward contracts for Coles. Gary will be assessing where he goes from here and be in contact with his contracted grower, and I guess I'll just have to work it out as they go. It's a bit new territory for everyone.
From what we've heard, anyway, and I actually had a meeting with a Coles representative yesterday, they've indicated that they will honour their ongoing supply arrangements. There will be some supply issues in the sense that those areas that have been affected are going to have reduced volumes that they can actually supply. We're in the fortunate position, I suppose, whereby that supply can be picked up from different areas as well.
Down the road from Crookwell, the town of Goulburn is one of the areas which has been declared a natural disaster zone. Goulburn's mayor, Jeff Kettle, says that the flooding had a severe effect on the town's roads, as well as damaging crops.
A decent proportion of our people around, or families around us, rely on the land for a living. These recent floods, this year's and the one in 2010, have caused significant damage to a lot of farms with regard to fences, also rural roads, and also some cropping damage as well. Well, the long-term effects are obviously wear and tear on people's cars and also wear and tear on the roads. We've suffered around about $1.5 million worth of damage, and we're still cleaning up from the 2010 flood where we had about $3 million worth of damage.
Despite widespread community support, natural disasters such as this place inevitable pressure on individual farmers.
Completely rotted.
Farming's that type of business whereby the seasonal nature of it means that your income comes as a result of a crop that was produced for that time of year. If you happen to lose that crop, you've effectively lost your annual income, in one go.
There's definitely mental anguish. Yeah.
Definitely.
Because it's not only your livelihood, it's your life. So you put your heart and soul into your crop, really. So it's a little bit like part of you dies. If your crop fails, part of you dies with it. And the community feels that. They know the amount of people have asked me, how am I going, how's the crop, and what do you think the outcome is? We've had a real good response from the community. They're great.
Farmers in Crookwell are still waiting to hear whether or not they will qualify for governmental assistance. This is Nicola Cooper for UTS News.